concept for Night of Champions is an excellent pay-per-view. The entire concept of the pay-per-view, the WWE has had for several years, and they never perfected this pay-per-view. In my honest opinion, this pay-per-view, Night of Champions, needs to be built up just as big as SummerSlam, just as big as the Royal Rumble, just as big as Survivor Series. Plain and simple. When you have a pay-per-view and all of your championships within the company are being defended, that signifies importance. That signifies that the titles mean something, that they're prestigious. That's not the case, and it wasn't the case this night. Night of Champions 2013, if you guys did not order this pay-per-view, I am going to advise you not to. It is not worth the price of a replay. I sat there tonight and I watched. I watched the pre-show and I watched the entire pay-per-view from start until finish. And I wanted to get up from my seat and come home and just leave the bar. The pay-per-view was bad. Plain and simple. This pay-per-view barely manages a 4 out of 10. And you're probably asking me, JD, why is it a 4 out of 10? Daniel Bryan just won the WWE Championship. I'm going to explain to you why this is bad for business. WWE and Triple H have been going on the saying, it's best for business. When the WWE has a suffering mid-card, when you have WWE angles, matches, and storylines that make no sense, that have absolutely no build, and then you put it on pay-per-view, it's not best for business. It's bad for business. This entire pay-per-view played out like a Monday Night Raw or a Friday Night SmackDown on pay-per-view for 3 hours, which came with a $45 price tag. $60 for HD. It's not worth the price of admission. It just was not. These feuds and these matches had nothing behind them. For example, Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, two guys that could literally tear the fucking roof off a place wherever they wrestle. Detroit was dead. Absolutely dead for Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, and that was probably the best wrestled match on the card. It was the best wrestled match on the card. Primetime Players versus The Shield. Again, the crowd was dead. The concept of the match, the structure of the match was there, but nobody cared. Alberto Del Rio versus RVD. Yes, it was a good match, but we seen it on pay-per-view. We seen it on Friday Night SmackDown, rather, and now we're seeing it on pay-per-view. Curtis Axel was originally not defending the Intercontinental title at Night of Champions. What does WWE do? They give us Kofi Kingston in a thrown-together match at the last minute on pay-per-view. Kofi Kingston versus Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental title, like we haven't seen it already 3 weeks in a row. The WWE's mid-card is suffering. The concept of this pay-per-view is there. But the pay-per-view, Night of Champions, the meaning of Night of Champions means nothing when you have titles that mean nothing. The US title means nothing. The Intercontinental title means nothing. The World Heavyweight Championship means nothing. The Tag Team Championships mean nothing. Just by the crowd reaction, that's all you need to know. And I'm big fans of The Shield. I'm big fans of Ambrose, Rollins, Reigns. I think Del Rio is doing a great job in his new heel role. You know? But they mean nothing. And you're probably asking, JD, why are you saying that? Think back to when I was watching the WWE. Okay? Back then, the WWF. You had 3 titles. Tag, IC, and WWF. Every time the title was placed on somebody, it had importance. Hulk Hogan, HBK, Bret Hart, Diesel, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock. Those guys brought legitimacy to their divisions and to the belts each time they held that belt. Mr. Perfect, HBK, Razor Ramon, Goldust, Jeff Jarrett, the British Bulldog, Owen Hart. Do you see where I'm going with this? Intercontinental Champions. Do you see where I'm going with this? Legion of Doom, Demolition, Money Incorporated, the Mega Powers. You had the Smoking Guns. You had, I don't know, the Heart Foundation. The Natural Disasters. I can go on and on about old school versus new school. This is what I was going to make this commentary, based on. I'm watching the pay-per-view and I'm thinking, what am I going to talk about with you guys? This is what I'm talking about. Compare the old school to the new school. I know it's a new time, it's a new era. You can't compare the 80s and 90s WWF to the current product. But I'm talking based on legitimacy of titles. Just compare that aspect. It means nothing. The WWE built this pay-per-view off two matches. Punk and Heyman and Axel. And then you had Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. Punk versus Axel was decent. How many times have we seen it before? I wasn't excited, and that's that. I was invested in the program. I was invested in the angle. But how many times do we have to see it? And we all knew. I've been reporting. People have been reporting. Heyman was going to have a new Heyman guy. That was introduced to be Ryback. And I know one of you guys, I don't recall who it was, but you messaged me or you commented on my news and rumors saying that Ryback has the potential to be the new Heyman guy. And Ryback is now aligned with Paul Heyman, which will do wonders for his career. It will do wonders for his career because anything Paul Heyman touches is gold. But I was under the assumption that it may be an outside party, and when Ryback actually came down to interfere, I was a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. But thinking of the whole spectrum here, it works. It's best for business. Ryback's character needs to be built up. He needs to be legit again. And there's no better man to do that than Paul Heyman. So this feud is going to continue. Punk is still going to be battling Paul Heyman by any means necessary. Where that goes from here, we don't know. That's why we're going to watch Monday Night Raw. The main event. Now, I've been lobbying for Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Triple H. I've been hyping this angle on every one of my WWE videos. Whether it's Monday Night Raw, whether it's news and rumors, I have praised this angle to death. I still love this angle. But what the WWE did tonight was inexcusable. I am not on board with this decision. I don't think this is best for business at all. Daniel Bryan is now the WWE champion. There was 10 minutes left in the pay-per-view, and I was hoping something would happen. Something other than Daniel Bryan holding the title up and celebrating. I was hoping for a Triple H interference. I was hoping for Triple H to come down and say something, but it didn't happen. The way this match ended, I have a big problem with. Not that I'm not happy for Daniel Bryan, but the way it happened and how soon it happened really knocks the wind out of this angle. Daniel Bryan should not have won the WWE Championship tonight. He should not have won. It is too soon. There's absolutely no struggle now. The whole storyline is dead. The whole storyline is dead now. The money angle here was Daniel Bryan chasing the WWE Championship. You automatically gave him the WWE Championship. The chase is over. The chase is over. There's no more money left in this angle. There's absolutely no money left to be made in this angle. Everybody got what they wanted. Everybody celebrated. Daniel Bryan's the WWE Champion. That's what people wanted to see, and you gave it to people tonight. Wrong decision. It was too soon. This angle needed to continue by any means necessary. Triple H made the bad decision here. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's the way I feel about it. There was obviously a referee problem during that match. There was a fast 3 count. Now, I know what's going to happen tomorrow. I know what is going to happen on Monday Night Raw. Nobody made mention of that fast 3 count by the referee. Nobody. Michael Cole, JBL, Jerry the King Lawler, nobody mentioned that fast 3 count. So what's going to happen tomorrow on Monday Night Raw? We all know. Daniel Bryan may be the WWE Champion now, but tomorrow night he will not. He's going to be stripped of the WWE Championship tomorrow. Plain and simple. Triple H obviously is going to notice the fast 3 count. It's a nice little cliffhanger to get you into Monday Night Raw tomorrow, because everybody, unless you're fucking blind, seen the fast 3 count on Randy Orton. Triple H is going to strip Daniel Bryan of the WWE Championship. Randy Orton will be re-announced as the WWE Champion. Daniel Bryan's struggles will continue to overcome the corporation. But the damage is done. Daniel Bryan gave the audience what they wanted. He is the WWE Champion. What do you think that is going to do to the storyline? Like I said, it's going to knock the wins out of this storyline. That's it. This storyline has suffered a big blow. I don't know how the WWE is going to rectify this problem. WWE gave Daniel Bryan the WWE Championship. Triple H, Vince, Stephanie, they gave Daniel Bryan, they gave the crowd what they wanted. They gave you the ending before it should have ended. This angle has no money left to be made. When Daniel Bryan is stripped of the WWE Championship and Randy Orton is announced the new champion again, and Daniel Bryan has to go back on the chase, who's going to be excited for Daniel Bryan to again win the WWE Championship after he already won it? People are going to be outraged that he's going to be stripped? No. My interest in this storyline and this angle has kind of taken a hit. I did not want Daniel Bryan to even touch that belt tonight, but the WWE gave it to you anyway. They knocked the wind out of the sail of this angle. Bad decision. Daniel Bryan should not have pinned Randy Orton. I don't care by what means he pinned him or by what outside parties influenced this decision tonight. It should not have happened. And I want you guys to think about that. I'm not being, a bullshitter here. I'm being completely honest with you. I've been watching the product longer than pretty much anybody on YouTube. That's just the way it goes. It's too soon. Think about it. You got what you wanted with Daniel Bryan. He walked out of Night of Champions. The credits rolled. He is the new champion. He'll be stripped tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. I can almost guarantee that by Triple H. Are you going to want to see him regain the title after already tasting that gold, after already celebrating? Do you really think it was best for business for him to win the title at Night of Champions? No. It should have happened at Survivor Series. It should have happened at Survivor Series. That's just the way I feel. It's just too soon. I think the WWE really fucked up with this pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is a 4 out of 10. Night of Champions is a great concept. The WWE is just lazy to build up everybody else on the roster except the main matches that they're pushing for the pay-per-view. Their mid-card is awful. You can't have a Night of Champions pay-per-view when every one of your titles is meaningless. That's just the way it is. That's the honest truth. And if you don't believe me, if you don't agree with me, then maybe you should reassess your thinking about the WWE product. Because I certainly know more than you do. That's why I'm on here. That's why I'm giving myself and my opinion to you. It's just the truth. That's my review. 4 out of 10. Night of Champions 2013. It's not worth the price of a replay. The rest of the card is as follows. I have nothing good to say about this pay-per-view at all. Nothing. Curtis Axel beat Kofi Kingston in the opening match. Divas 4-Way. AJ retains the Divas Championship. Del Rio versus RVD. Del Rio retains the World Heavyweight Championship. No sign of Damian Sandow anywhere. Miz versus Fandango should have never been on this card. Okay? Miz got the win there. Curtis Axel versus CM Punk. Punk made Axel tap with the Anaconda Vice. He got his hands on Paul Heyman. Ryback was introduced as the new Paul Heyman guy. Saved Paul Heyman from another beatdown of CM Punk. I don't know where they're going from there, but Ryback helps Paul Heyman defeat CM Punk. He is the new Paul Heyman guy. Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose for the U.S. title. Dean Ambrose wins. Primetime Players versus The Shield. The Shield retains. And Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Daniel Bryan is your new WWE champion. That's your Night of Champions review, guys. Join me tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. I'll be back on Tuesday on YouTube giving you my review of that show, and then obviously news and rumors later on next week. I'm out. Let me know what you guys thought of the pay-per-view. Let me know what you guys think of my opinions of Night of Champions. All right? Let me know what you guys think about Daniel Bryan holding the WWE Championship. Is the angle ruined? Did it knock the wind out of the sails of this angle? And what do you think is going to happen on Monday Night Raw tomorrow with the WWE Championship? Is Daniel Bryan going to be stripped by Triple H? I think so. I'll talk to you guys later.